Coming up on Mountain News this morning, crews pulled a car out of water. Why they say they had to wait for daylight to recover the car. And money could be coming to eastern Kentucky to clean up coal sites. We take a look at how much money and why it is coming now.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 5 a.m. on Monday, March 4th. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. Did you love yesterday? We topped out at 71 officially at Jackson, and guess what? We'll do even better this afternoon. Check out the webcam tours. Yes, we are dealing with some cloud cover issues, but don't worry. We'll lose the cloud cover as we head through the day for your Monday and end up trending up to a mostly sunny sky as we head through the afternoon. Helps if I turn the clicker on, right? It's a Monday. Your weather headlines show that some of us dealing with a little fog early this morning. Otherwise, another beautiful afternoon. Keep in mind, we typically should be about 54. We will end up dropping with a record high, that is, previously set in 1992 of 80. And guess what? We'll fall short of that this afternoon as we end up topping out at about 74. Temperature-wise, around the region, 40s and 50s. It just depends on if you have the cloud cover or, with a few of you, some fog this morning. It's 56 at Pikeville, 57 at Jackson. It's 46 again here in Hazard. Cooler toward Middlesboro and Jacksboro, where some of the reporting stations this morning are reporting some low visibility. Scattering of clouds across eastern and southern Kentucky. And yes, a few more clouds out to the west, but as we continue to trend from the morning into the afternoon, we'll lose this upper level moisture and we'll have high pressure completely build into the region to provide us a beautiful afternoon. All good things come to an end though, because that means, yes, some rain is in the forecast as we head through the day on Tuesday. All right, let's check out the 12-hour forecast as we head through today. Any fog this morning burns off. The cloud cover issues the rest of us end up having departs. We become mostly sunny and a forecast high this afternoon to 74. More about your First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in a few moments. Right now, back to the news desk with Olivia.
All right, Tim, thank you. An eastern Kentucky patient is dead after police say an ambulance crashed near Winchester yesterday. The crew was transporting a patient from eastern Kentucky to UK Hospital. The patient died at the scene. An EMT on board was ejected from the vehicle. They were flown to UK Hospital. The driver suffered non-life-threatening injuries. And on Saturday, Wayne County Rescue Squad responded to a call claiming a car was in the water on Old Fire Trail Road. Officials posted these photos on social media. They say when crews arrived, they say everyone had already made it out of the car, but the lights had quit because crews needed to find the car before it could be pulled out. They waited until daylight to make it safer. Yesterday, crews located the vehicle using sonar and a magnet attached with a rope for divers to follow down to the vehicle. The state of Kentucky is getting more money to clean up old coal sites. Last June, it was announced Kentucky would receive around $74 million through the bipartisan infrastructure law to clean up hazards left by historic mining. Acting Deputy Secretary of the Interior Laura Daniel Davis recently joined Governor Andy Beshear to talk about the efforts to revitalize eastern Kentucky communities.
These funds are helping us close dangerous mine shafts, reclaim unstable slopes, and improve water quality for our communities and our families.
Everyone knows all too well
the program offers grants for legacy pollution cities, which are areas near abandoned coal mines or orphaned oil and gas wells. Projects are littered across eastern portions of the state, with projects working on roads like Knott Perry Route 80 to a wastewater collection update in Wolfe County. We will take a closer look at the money and how it will be used in just a little bit. Kentucky pharmacies are calling on state lawmakers to address the challenges they're facing due to PBMs, or pharmacy benefit managers. One state senator has filed a bill he says will help. Samantha Valentino shows us local pharmacy owners say they hope to see the bill reach the governor's desk.
Pharmacy benefit managers, also called PBMs, manage prescription drug benefits.
So they're like the middleman between the pharmacy and the insurance company. And they got a flat processing fee for doing that. But over the years, they found other ways to make more money and got, greedy in the process.
The Federal Trade Commission has been taking a closer look at PBMs and their impact on the accessibility and affordability of prescription drugs. The FTC says the largest PBMs influence which drugs are prescribed to patients, which pharmacies they can use, and how much they pay at the counter. Independent pharmacies have voiced concerns about PBMs because of what they call confusing and harmful contractual terms and negotiations.
And I can give you a good example. I've seen some Medicare Part D plans. I've seen 90-day supplies of a maintenance medication, whether it be a blood pressure medication, diabetes medication, heart pill. A 90-day supply will get reimbursed less than $2. So you're losing money on the cost of the drug.
In a press release, Senator Max Wise said the escalating issue of unfair pharmacy benefit manager practices have led to the closure of 64 community pharmacies in Kentucky over the last 2 years. That's why he says he filed Senate Bill 188. He says the bill would do things like ensuring fair reimbursement rates for community pharmacies, preventing patients from being steered to pharmacies owned by the PBM, prohibiting higher copays at community pharmacies, and protecting them from retaliation for providing cost-saving information to patients.
This Senate Bill 188 that's currently being debated will save, the state of Kentucky a lot of money, particularly consumers. And it has to deal with commercial insurance, private health insurance. So it's much, much needed.
In Bourbon County, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
Senate Bill 188 is currently in the Senate Committee on Banking and Insurance. In 2020, Senator Wise's SB 50 passed, limiting the state to a single PBM. He reports this change has led to $282 million in savings for the state. The Kentucky Injury Prevention and Research Center recently released new findings on the suicide risk among Kentucky veterans. The center conducts research on a multitude of topics, including those who have faced trauma, like combat veterans. Dr. Sabrina Brown, a researcher with the center, tells us data shows the majority of Kentucky veterans turning to suicide are white men in their 40s that live in rural areas.
Veterans make up about 8% of the adult population in the state for the study's time period, and their representation among suicide deaths was disproportionate, though. They were at over 13%.
If you are a veteran that is struggling or knows one that is struggling, you can call 988. And thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. More than 1 year ago, folks were cleaning up after the July 2022 flood. This weekend, folks traveled from out of state to ensure the recovery process continues.
And this Monday morning, we've got some cloud cover issues we're contending with. A few of us dealing with some fog issues as well. Do they prevail? Can we get back to a beautiful afternoon like we had yesterday? We'll let you know. The First Alert 7-day forecast is all coming up right after this.